Let's go to Brandon, who's on the line in Taylorsville, Kentucky. Brandon, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, thanks for having me.
Sure. How can I help?
Well, I've had 30 jobs so far, and nothing's really sticking for me.
Mhm.
I was having trouble really narrowing down my passion, but after listening to your show for a while, I wrote everything out. My weaknesses, my strengths, the things I'm passionate about,
Mhm.
and I kind of narrowed it down a little bit. And it wasn't where I was currently working. I'd moved up to be a mechanic.
Mhm.
I worked hard to get there, and then I didn't like it when I got there.
Yeah. And so
So
what did you come up with? What did you come up with that you think it might be your sweet spot?
I think I need to be a counselor of some sort.
Mhm.
You know, I have bipolar disorder, so I'm in therapy a lot, and when I
Mhm.
go to the group therapies, I tend to give a lot of useful advice. So I've actually been recommended for a peer mentor job recently,
By who?
and
Who recommended you? Your
uh,
counselor?
my my counselor.
Well, I think that's really interesting because that was going to be
So
my first question is,
yeah.
in that environment, are you healthy enough to help other people? But it sounds like, tell me what this peer counselor role would be, that, or whatever you called it.
Well, it would be a role where I'm going to help people with their recovery, since I've gotten to the point where I can actually work and really maintain a normal life, and I feel like I can help people get there.
Yeah.
That's the main role, and I would be making my own schedule. It's a paid job with benefits, so
Does it pay what you need to make?
I think it does. My wife and I are debt free. We were in Nashville recently to do our Scream,
Oh,
and we were actually on.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
And
awesome.
we were on Rachel's show as well,
Okay,
because we
great.
skipped our honeymoon to
Well,
pay
then
off
wait a
debt.
second. I'm talking to somebody who knows his stuff. So when you
Exactly.
said, I think it pays me enough, it pays you enough, yes or no?
Yes, I mean we can live off of my wife's income alone,
Okay.
so it's
So my point is, you guys did your debt-free Scream. You guys are golden. Why'd you call me? Are you questioning whether or not you should take this opportunity?
well I at the time I had just recently, yesterday actually, picked up my toolbox and left the other job,
Yeah.
so it's fresh. I've actually just been listening to your podcast every day
Yeah.
at work, and using what you're practicing what you're preaching, basically. And
Yeah. Well, good
I've
on you.
actually networked in with people at the place where I take therapy,
Right.
and I've gotten a hold of people who does the hiring. They
Yeah.
want me on a committee for military services since I'm a veteran,
Yeah.
so I'll be focusing on veterans.
That's incredible.
Uh,
Brandon,
uh,
I don't know what you need from me other than congratulations on two things. Number one, congratulations on doing the hard work to get healthy. And you've taken a bipolar disorder and you've not let it defeat you. And you've allowed it to shape you, make you stronger, and you've overcome it, and you're still dealing with it, obviously, but you're winning. And not only that, you've been recommended by your own therapist, your own counselor, to help others, and you're excited about it. I can hear it in your voice. And you've done the hard work. Congratulations, number two, on doing the hard work of getting debt free, and you guys have a lot of financial freedom because of that. And I think you need to walk forward triumphantly, like head high. And I think you should dive into this. Absolutely, you should dive into this. Way to
that's what
go.
I'm thinking too. It's just after having 30 jobs, I
Well,
don't want this to be another one of those,
yeah, but wait a
where I
second.
work there for a little while and like it. And
But wait a second. How much of your bipolar disorder played into that flopping and flipping around all the time and jumping from one thing to the next?
quite a bit when it was undiagnosed.
Well, that's my
Since
point.
it's been, yeah.
That's my point, Brandon. You're getting healthy, man, and I think that this is probably the first thing you've done in a long time, maybe the first thing you've ever done, where there's tremendous amount of passion and purpose tied to it because you understand the pain these folks are going through.
That's correct.
Well, out of great, my wife
Yeah.
made this. My wife said this, and I've stole it from her. Out of great pain comes tremendous passion. So I think you're good, man. I think that's what you need to do. I love that. Go forward triumphantly.